Hi, welcome. This is a reflection on Lesson 98 of A Course in Miracles. Lesson 98 says, from memory, I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. I think that's what it says. I will accept my part in God's plan for salvation. So what it's saying is this is only about ourselves. It's only our commitment to accepting happiness into our lives because that's all that God wants for us. And it also reminds me of the way it talks about this lesson is accepting it as if it's God saying, you're on a mission. Do you accept? Do you accept this mission? If not, it'll self-destruct. I don't know. But it's this commitment to, like, once you accept God's plan for salvation, like your part in it, meaning I have a role to play, and then you're committed to playing that role of like day in, day out, recognizing salvation to me means like coming into peace and happiness and acceptance and non-judgment, and that's how we're being saved, like from the this came up today, so it must be relevant, like this idea of the devil and hell and like whatever. We make our own hell, don't we? And so it's like hell is like the ego saying you should feel bad about this, you should attack or be attacked, you should, that's hell, isn't it? It's like all this stuff from the human ego mind. But the salvation is everything opposite of that, which boils down to acceptance, non-judgment. And through that we come into happiness and peace, or peace and then happiness. Like it's just such a simple concept in theory. In practice, that's another thing. So I think it's the commitment, the I accept my part of it is the commitment to constantly reorienting back to say, like, if I'm feeling that's the ego. Wait a minute, I rededicate myself to my part. My role in this is I look at things through love. Everything boils down to love. And so this lesson 98, I accept my part in God's plan for salvation. It's not just for ourselves, but it starts with the self. Save yourself to save the world. Heal yourself to heal the world. Accept yourself to accept others, to accept the world, to accept everything as it is. Acceptance is like what this book's all about. I keep saying it over and over again. And it's the way we come together is through love. And I thought about this again the other day, like this idea that love is gravity. It pulls people together. It's actually what I truly believe someday we will understand in a scientific way somehow, that gravity, like they try to like, what is gravity? I don't know. It's just a fundamental law of the universe. But no one can like what is the gravitron or tron? Is that a particle? I don't know. They're going to find out that if we could measure the love particle, it's actually gravity. And I feel like Christopher Nolan told us this in the movie Interstellar. Dude, it was like, it's so subtle, but it's actually one of those hit you over the head with a hammer subtles. If you love like poetry and reading between the lines and like duality and dual meanings to things. Oh, Christopher Nolan, he is highly enlightened. He is an enlightened individual. He is self-realized, and I would love to talk to him about it. I'd be like, so when did your awakening journey begin? And he'd be like, oh, you caught that, did you? Like, yeah. You don't make your movies by being asleep. By just being a normal human living out a human life. No, I didn't mean this to be about movies, but go watch the movie Interstellar, and like the whole, spoiler alert, what it all comes down to is gravity, which is the love. It was like, he basically said, guess what, guys? Gravity is love. Without doing that, he's an artist, so he said it in his way. So anyway, I don't know why that came up, but I feel like everything comes down to love, and it's what draws us together instead of the separation of judgment. But coming together in acceptance. Acceptance is love. Coming together is gravity. Gravity's love. Gravity's acceptance. I don't know. It's all related. And if no one has said it, then you heard it here first. And I'm going to get a Nobel Prize in Physics. Is that what it's called? I'll be like, I've never taken a physics class, but I watched a Christopher Nolan movie or two, and I must be sleep deprived. I did get up at 1 a.m. and I've been awake ever since working. So anyway, that's all I got for lesson 98. It was a doozy. Bye.